Successful.
Nope, he's going.
Hello!
Hi!
Hello, people.
Monkeys.
How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Suddenly quiet.
Let's
Hey,
get some
Mark, what are
potassium.
you doing here?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, hi.
He just
Okay,
popped
well,
out of nowhere.
everybody, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. This is Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, and I am your Dungeon Master, Mark.
Ow!
These
That's so... Yeah!
these are our lovely players / heroes. And I'm going to let them introduce
Spare
themselves and the
thoughts,
character
I
that they
just-
play. Starting with Evan.
Yeah, I was on the phone. Good catch. Hello, I'm Evan.
Busted.
I play
Hi, Evan.
Blanche, Minotaur, Fighter, and Information Broker.
Spicy.
It is
We
spicy.
are...
Oh, I have crummies
We're
on my
making
dress.
plans to use it for good now, though, so...
Crummies from
Yeah.
the bread.
Yeah,
I just realized.
I'll pass it on to
Uh-oh. Fate of the dice.
Jess.
Hi. I'm Jess. I play Jezebel Rockette. Pretty much Blanchie's my auntie. Adopted-ish. Hi. I am your red-headed, standard teenager, back alley herbalist's granddaughter.
You have much too
Are
nice
you
of
a-
armor for them.
Yeah.
I'm apparently
She's-
returning to Granny's
she's
muscle.
pretty-
It's fine.
She's
it's fine.
pretty
You pay Granny what she needs. You want to feel better.
She
You
falls
gotta
into
talk to
success.
Jesse.
That's what happened.
And now on to the elf.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
I wasn't
I
clever.
play Adra Moonwhisper, our Wood Elf Ranger. Nothing special, basic. Go, Jet.
Hi, I'm James. I play Jet, your friendly local lunar sorcerer. How's it going, everybody? It's going great here. Can't find answers to anything. But at
He's
least we're
doing the
here,
recap now.
somewhat safe for the moment. I am now going to choose Ben.
Hey, I'm Ben. That's me.
Hi, Ben.
Hi,
That's
Ben.
you.
Hello, Ben. I'm playing Kogan Usan, Dwarf Paladin. Vengeance Paladin. There's a lot of people who need some vengeance dished out to them. Get Ben.
Trying to figure out how to put out some cataclysmic fire and how to deal with a lot of undead dragons.
It's a dish that's served cold.
Well, good thing they're dead. They're cold. We're good there, right? All right, yeah, that's Kogan.
Who's
Hi, I'm Lauren. I play Ellie Wickwaywalkins, our forest gnome monk. This is Martha, her badger. And a fun fact about me is that I don't think Mark has ever let me start.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
And then you go,
Okay.
oh, not ready.
Yeah, you have.
Spoiler alert, next week, probably still not, never.
Don't worry, I freak out and panic when he
wait.
says Crystal, go.
I
And I'm like,
forgot about one thing. Jet is also known as the Dragon Slayer. Continue.
Nobody calls him
You
that.
kill I one know. dragon.
You know, that's
you
not
kill
how
one
nicknames
dragon and you just are
That's
automatically
That's not how
Dragon
nicknames work.
Slayer.
That's not how
No,
nicknames work.
No, that's not how it works.
Kill
That's
like
not how nicknames
7
Bad
dragons.
Jet.
So
Bad
last
Jet.
week,
You don't get to pick your nickname.
we
No.
were off last week, but the week before that,
What's
we
that?
We're
left
the
off.
Badger Masters.
Well, we started with lunchtime at the Usan family residence and
That
did
you
a whole
said
bunch of
presents.
stuff around town.
I took a bath.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
was bad.
Blanche took that amazing bath.
Yes.
Is this
That's
code
right.
for something? Do I need to cover my ears?
It's aromatherapy. It was all nice.
It was very nice.
This is
She
like
was,
a giant wash tub.
it was a giant
Oh.
warm wash tub for Blanche.
Solid.
It was great.
For being in the middle of
On the patio.
city that's about to be attacked by the dragon army.
Yeah, Blanche is just having the best time of her life.
She's got a lot of fur. Girl's gotta take care of herself. It's fine.
Lowering the
It's
blood
been a
pressure.
busy week,
before-
alright?
Yeah.
She needs to
Gotta
unwind.
lower those blood pressure meds.
Yes.
And then we ended the session going back to dinner for the Wusan family.
Can't miss that meatloaf.
That pie.
And now we bring it back to
That's right.
Yes.
Yep. Family dinner time, getting washed up after a long time on the road. But there is an ominous shadow that looms over all of this.
I hope not literally.
It's
Where have we
Blanche
not
getting in the
noticed
way.
you?
Where
Not
did
yet.
Where did the sun go?
Where did it cast a shadow?
And
It's
that
got all
is
that fire.
The presumed arrival of the dragon army, the red dragon army, and the flying citadel,
Yeah, that's
and all of the other wonderful things that come along with it. Not the least of which is the Death Knight Lord Soth.
Boo.
Dun dun dun.
And his skeletal dragons.
Yeah.
He's got a bone to pick with us.
It's a little bony.
So-
I'd say you're on fire, but he is.
I don't get it.
So before we advance anything, is there anything that people wanted to accomplish on the current day that we're on, or is everybody satisfied to eat, drink, be merry, and shuffle off to
Well,
bed?
Jet would like to actually, if the Usans are willing to let me use their bath. I just would like to take a nice actual bath.
Take a
Instead of
bath
using his
at my mom's
cantrip.
house.
I'm asking. I'm not going to just do it. I'm asking. If
Well,
not,
they
I
are
can go,
dwarves.
It might be a bit small.
Might be a bit.
Zing.
Well, you're medium. I'm medium. We're fine. No, I'm just
Your
kidding.
legs will
If
stick out.
need be, I will go find a.
Oh my
bathhouse
god! Didn't mean
here
to walk in here.
town.
Jet is gonna go to a bathhouse.
You got money? You poor. Just kidding. I don't know.
No, I have money.
I have no idea.
If you need a recommendation, that inn did a pretty nice one for me.
Oh, sweet. Which one was that one?
I did not write down the name, but I
Great.
can tell you the directions.
Oh,
It was
I will
that
take
way.
your directions. Thank you.
Okay, bath. Anybody else with things they want to do?
I mean, after dinner, Kogan will probably find an altar within the city to Rix and spend an evening praying and meditating.
Do the.
Good.
Are you actually gonna make holy water?
Salt just got thrown in there.
No, I'm gonna pray to my God. Meditate.
Any other plans that people have? Okay.
I had wanted to buy health potions,
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't any.
but there
Yeah.
weren't any. Never mind.
That's right.
That's right. Before the day is over, I will pour into another empty vial from the refillable
Very
thing.
good.
So now I have 2 superior healing potions that are not the refillable.
Okay. So, yeah, you can go to, yeah. The only temples in this city that are exclusive to a god. There is a temple to Paladine. There is a temple to Kirigelith. And then there is another temple that is effectively locale of worship for really any of the other good or neutral leaning, we'll call it, gods. All the other gods have we'll call it a temple, but it's not really. So you can find yours.
Just an altar, whatever the best known altar to Rix is,
Yeah.
whatever one I probably hear about the most. Well,
Yeah.
I've been to one before, so I'll probably just go to that one again.
Yeah, so you you engage in your prayers and this place is so anybody that's walking through the city now, I mean, like, it has changed substantially just in the time that you've been back, just the demeanor of things. There are shops that have signs on them that they're closed or that they're sold out or that, I mean, it's not bustling at any point really in the evening like it might be otherwise. Taverns do not have the same patronage that they would normally have. But if you go anywhere near the barracks, if you go anywhere near the stables, like, the type of bustling there is very different. The harbor, very different. I mean, you can tell that the city has just flipped gears into war is coming, basically. The temple is packed with worshipers. None of them. There's no like ceremony going on. There's no group worship organized going on, but there's a lot of people praying. And so even when you go to your altar for reorcs, I mean, you see dwarves there that you've seen before, you know, like, and some of them are not like particularly religious. But
That was the first time for everything.
Send us a roof. Send us a roof over our city.
A big dragon-proof roof.
Please.
and you walk in there, and it's not just some of the worshipers to reorcs. It's worshipers to nearly every god. Word is out about you. And you having the ability to commune with your God. And there are, like, I mean, some people are treating you with reverence. Some people are just kind of wide-eyed at this kind of living legend almost now walking amongst them. Almost everybody has heard the stories. Almost everybody has heard he can commune with God. So when you walk to take your place to pray at the altar, every single one of the worshipers to reorcs kneels beside you. Ones that are worshiping other gods come over and kneel beside you and in your space.
Did you join us?
Just wanted to make sure you knew
No,
what that
he
was.
It is
just wanted
reverence.
the-
No one is talking to you. No one is addressing you. They are treating you as though they are about to learn or absorb or
I'm gonna touch you.
just take in this experience of you being here to commune with your God.
Holy paladin. Let me feel holy.
There's
I
probably
think that's like
50
paparazzi.
people
It's
in
gonna be
here.
like, yeah, somebody will be like, oh, my Twitter baby's gonna
Just to follow along and just be his like
true.
pseudo tiny bodyguard just
Don't do
standing.
No touchy.
No, I'm kidding.
No touch.
Let him do his work.
You have ruined his groove.
But they give you
You threw
like
off his groove.
they give you a little room. Like there's, you know, probably 10 feet on any side of you, but then everybody else, it's almost like this pseudo congregation, even though they're not waiting for you to speak. They're just there. They want to take it all in.
They want your holiness with them.
So you kneel to or whatever you do to do your prayers and your communing, and you know, however long you want to spend doing that, you get to near the end of the things that you are doing and saying, and you hear a voice in your head.
Lovely.
Oh,
Just wanted to check on you. How you doing?
And
well, hey, Jeff.
James.
for you, this voice is familiar. For you, this is the voice that you heard when you were initially blessed. This is the voice of reorcs. And he says, it's time to lead them. Use the weapon granted you.
Use the weapon.
So, as you sort of come back from this spiritual moment, you open your eyes and you turn your head and you kind of see there are agape mouths, there are wide eyes, there are stunned looks.
It was noticeable.
It was noticeable.
Just in my head.
They were
Well,
watching.
no, they are not behaving as though they heard it, but
Well,
you then
something
notice that there was a bit of radiance to you.
Oh, he's glittering.
We're sorry, we can't talk to you unless we make a connection, and our connection, of course, has to be a beam of light. Right there.
And it
The
feels
Halo
as
theme
though
song starts playing.
it feels. I mean, it seems to you
There
now
you go.
that to the onlookers at least,
That works.
that radiance came from the altar to Reorx.
Hey, maybe he changed it
So,
from being
if they weren't already floored and believers,
They were.
they're reconsidering it or believing it now.
You just converted a whole shitload of people.
Well,
Crusade.
confirmed the rumors.
I believe.
I suppose reflecting upon those words and looking at the crowd gathered around, I will stand up from my kneeling and maybe take a place by the altar and look at the group of people all there. I gotta give a speech now.
You can do anything you want.
You don't have to. I was
You
just.
fill up your lungs like
As
you're
you
gonna speak and just turn and walk out.
as you take your place, they like to a person. They all regain their composure and like the first guy in the front, the first dwarf in the front goes to kneel and bow. And then the crowd just follows suit and they all do it.
A wave.
Yeah, you just start a cult.
Part of one.
Oh, you made it bigger.
Personalized.
He's doing his job.
Please.
He's doing it.
Please do
He's
not
a
bow to me.
missionary. What do you
Please
expect?
stand.
So they take a moment and people kind of raise their heads and they look and that the first dwarf in the front, he stands back up and I mean he's like he went from this whole like reverence, all this. He stands up and his chest is puffed out a little bit and it's almost as though he's been divinely inspired. And people start to recognize that and they all are having this moment of feeling divinely inspired.
They all take the Superman pose.
For some of them, it's brought them to tears.
Saint Kogon, do you mean that we're to stand forever?
Hey, Cole. Hey,
Are we not allowed to lie down now?
sir. Can I go to bed?
Too much up down.
I'm tired.
Sounds like one of those.
All my life, I have prayed to Rebex, but never once did I ever ask for such a direct communication with him, for such a closeness. He called upon me days before all this started unfolding, before Vogler burns. I was a stonemason. Not too different from most of you. But he called upon me, and I answered. Very soon, this city will be called as a whole. I'm sure you all know there's danger on the horizon. But the time is coming for us all to heed our callings.
And one of the dwarf in the front is like, "Aye, son, aye," and everybody starts to try. they all are kind of chiming in. There's like a murmur, and there's like a little bit of
The gods have returned to us to aid us in this time. And I will pull out the Dragonlance and hold it
I
overhead.
shall unsheath my weapon.
Yeah, and they have that moment of awe, and then one of the dwarves is like,
We're not at the gate yet, all right?
he wields the famed Dragonlance.
The gods have returned to stand with us, and we must stand with them.
Yeah, they cheer, and they are like, yes, and like, yeah, you've done your thing. You have inspired this group.
I'm just looking through my set of it, see if there's anything I can like do beyond that. I mean, I could do ceremony, but like that's like one target.
Right.
If I could do just like a generic general ceremony for the next hour, trying to recite the teachings I had learned.
Do
the
a
lessons.
marriage for people.
No one wants to get
There we go.
married.
All right, that's in my notes now.
There, yeah.
Dragon starts a
You have filled hearts. You have calmed fears, and you've inspired and ignited this group to, if they weren't going to defend Calaman before, by reorcs they are now.
The gods demand it.
All right. Well, that was a cool moment, huh?
You know,
All right.
honestly, totally out of character. It is such a good thing your character is so morally. It's like, oh my god, that could have been so bad. That's like, oh, you praise
Togon
me.
had issues with
That's
authority
amazing.
before all this, so him now
But
being
it's
put in a
just like-
spot of authority feels a bit odd.
But I think it's just like this. It was this really cool, beautiful moment. I'm just like, ah, raise the team. I'm like,
There's a reason he's
man,
part of the stone rights rather than
that's
the
really
Dragonlance
cool. Same time,
system.
like Brazen, like that could have been something.
It doesn't
That,
pop that much.
They don't talk
but
that.
no, that was
You
awesome.
can be a
So,
paladin and
Alright.
not be.
Specific god?
so
I mean, this
playing the
is
back
just,
games, I was like,
you know, happenstance in a way. It's just a unique
It's just
moment
awesome.
because
How much silver do you need to make holy water?
I need 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver.
Okay.
But no,
So
honestly,
what you
just-
could do is ask for
Well,
donations towards
that's
holy
cool,
water
solid
funds
moment.
that
This
help
whole
fight the
situation
undead army. I'm
like,
just kidding.
people have not been
Expensive
connected
weapon.
to the gods, and so then they hear
That's
these
fetish
stories
elsewhere.
Was
of
it free?
a paladin who is connected to a god and who does
Giant
wield
barrier.
the influence of the god, and then they see him, and given the circumstances of the situation, it's like you're looking for something, anything to cling to in this moment, and in walks this guy.
and he literally shined.
Literally shining
That's
with
like
the lights of
awesome.
gods, dressed in the Calaman.
And he's like, we
sigils.
got
He's got
this.
the
That's-
Calaman
Only
army.
thing that would have been
That's
even
amazing.
better is if you
At least
had
it
the
wasn't
dragon
just
armor.
walking in and just
No, I
glitter
think
everywhere
no, I think the
from the
full
armor.
coat with the
And would have
Calaman
mentioned, like, what
Well,
about
yeah,
some dress?
colors on
I
it
agree.
is
I got
probably the
skills.
better deal here because it's
The rainbow.
But no, it's like that's
really
what's
someone
really
off
cool about
Calaman,
the
or at
entire
least
build up.
working with Calaman.
It's darkness and despair
Okay.
and wholesome.
Anything else we're going to try to achieve this evening? Okay,
I enjoy my bath. I'm good.
right. So you guys
That's
can
Jet
go.
whistling in his bath.
You guys can go and you can get your rest. You can get, yeah, yep, very good. So the next morning, first of all, is the group all staying in the same place?
Does the Usan household have enough beds for us all?
I wouldn't want to impose.
I'll be honest, probably not.
Alright. We'll come pick you up in the morning. Unless
If the bathhouse had like an actual like
We might be able to
inn or something like that attached with it or something like,
I mean, we still have our
I
space
probably
at
would have
Castle.
stayed there.
They probably have a
The
spare bedroom.
bathhouse.
If they were like a bathhouse slash.
Let me tell you something. You want something other than a bath there? You got it.
I mean,
Careful now,
I'm not morally sound.
You're a white robe now.
Oh yeah, neutral good.
are you making orphans?
Whoa!
Okay.
Make orphans.
Whoa.
I help orphans.
See, it's a cycle.
Well, let me put it to you this way: if you're not making orphans at a bathhouse, you had to turn some people down.
Okay.
Would you like coffee on there?
Funny thing is,
Wow.
Jet has never
That
once
was
thought of
okay.
anything about that stuff.
Great
And if
point.
that all of a
I
sudden
know.
started going around at him,
I
you're like, wait, what?
So,
Jez would laugh.
Is this like some sort of facility where they're being like?
It's a bathhouse.
I just went there and took a bath. I don't know where he is.
I don't know where he went.
you were there in the afternoon.
I was there. Yeah.
I went there during the red moon night. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a
God.
little
so-
different after hours.
He's, I guess, part of an orange.
Why would you want to take
So-
a bath in that? Okay.
So those of you that are trekking
What?
to
What?
find
Creating orphans.
Koga,
So is
You're
that
getting
to
the
the
fine
Usan house.
I thought they meant by like.
Those of you that are heading to the Usan house.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, but.
That's why we're all sad.
Yeah, no, I was.
I'm confused.
I was trying to do like the Anakin and Padme meme, you know? Just
So-
the good ones, right?
So,
Making orphans.
Orphan
A-
maker.
You
a
went for
person
That's his
dressed in
nickname.
the colors
Everyone's
of the
gonna call him
Kalaman
that now.
army tracks you down.
Sticky fingers?
Yeah.
And they inform you
Oh dear.
that you have been requested to come to what they're using as their jail in the barracks.
No. Oh.
Just plain.
Well, that's who they sought out. So, I don't know who was staying at the Usan home
I got myself a room at an inn.
somewhere.
Yeah.
They found you, told you, you know, your presence has been requested there.
We're gonna see the marshal, I say, and I like look. I want to like really carefully look at this person. Like, were their orders just find me and bring me there, or did they get the memo like, and you know, this is a trap?
So the person kind of looks at you and says, I guess I don't know. I believe so.
Do they believe so?
Roll your insight.
Alright, that is a 20, not natural.
The impression
Sorry, 19.
the impression you get is this person didn't get enough information and is sort of, when you ask that question, sort of got forced to read between the lines and they are not sure.
Alright.
Anyway.
I'll go with them.
Okay. The rest of you that are heading to the Usan home, you kind of, like, as you're getting close to their house, like, you kind of hear a few people, like, you hear somebody saying something about, you hear the scouts have returned. I wonder what the marshal knows. You hear these things as you're nearing the Usan home. So,
I you're gonna hear people chanting.
Yeah.
So I think that what we'll do is, just for the sake of simplicity, we'll deal with people going to Usan House first.
Yeah.
I think we're just picking you up, right? If we weren't already.
I'm glad you all have a good enough strength score. I do not to pick up him.
I'm carrying a lot of metal right now.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't take tether.
Yeah.
Me and
after-
Ellie just take
after all
one
that, I would
side
be
and the
going
other
to
and just pick him up.
Usan household.
So.
He's like on a stretcher.
Okay, so you guys meet up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's the
Is
what's
Blanche
the
with
haps?
us?
Blanche is not with you.
He's got.
I mean, Blanche went with
Okay.
to do the other thing.
It's
Is
getting
there
pretty
anyone with you?
late in
know
the day
that-
at this point.
I told you the inn I was staying at, I'm sure.
At this point, we're in the evening, though. It's
No,
Should
this
probably
is the
start.
next morning.
Yeah, it's morning.
Oh, this is the morning.
Yeah.
This is the morning.
So
Yeah,
Done.
we
Alright.
won't
I
mess
probably
it.
went to the inn
Okay.
there and saw, oh, they went. Blanche is doing something important.
Granny.
Blanche is missing.
Grannies.
Still worry. Blanche is okay. She can handle
If we
herself.
talk to the innkeeper where Blanche is staying, we're
Or
getting
was it
no-
Bob?
Is that what you guys are gonna do? Head to the inn where Blanche is staying?
We gotta get
Well,
people together and then
Blanche
head
is
to the
not
castle,
with us.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Unless-
If you guys go there, then yep, somebody there can tell you, oh yeah, yep, your friend went off with somebody in a Calaman uniform.
Okay. Is anyone else concerned?
He might be at the castle already. We could go there and check to see. I'm sure they would know if he's in there. Or if not, they would know where he is if he was pulled aside by someone in, or the Calaman guard or army. So I think once maybe
Find
we
Blanche
should
then.
head to
Off
the
to
castle.
find Blanche.
To the castle.
Very good.
Unless anybody
So-
else is.
We'll flip over to Blanche.
Alright, yeah.
So they bring you to. It's just a portion of, it's like kind of attached to the barracks, but it's inside of the building, and I mean, you've been around enough to know that this is where they hold some. This isn't the city watch prison. This is something that the army uses for holding whoever. And before you get there, the marshal is there, and the marshal says, "We captured that little one, we think."
I see. And you brought me here to confirm it's the right person?
Yes, in part, but also, what do you hope now that we have him? What are your goals, do you think?
Well, Marshal, you put me in a tough position because I promised my friends I wouldn't give any more information to that fellow without consulting them.
Fair enough.
I think my plan would have been to, with enough knowledge of current events, perhaps create a false weakness that we can tell them about. Something where we could lure the dragon army into a trap.
So you
I didn't want to call an
would like
exorcist
to
after the third one.
release him again.
You've been possessed.
Well, I suppose if you've got him, you could always get information out of him, but I didn't have the impression he knew much more that was getting to him. It was mostly going outward, if you know what I mean.
Well, we are more than happy to interrogate serve justice and move on. But if you see reason to do anything other than that, as I've said before, you have our support.
Can I contact the group, the Vogler company?
Certainly.
I'm sure we could have, 20 minutes, an hour to get a good story at least.
Well, I have other matters at the moment to attend to, but I guess we'll call him a soldier now, because we're all kind of soldiers. The one who brought you here, he can go and find them, I'm sure.
Appreciate it. I say, and I have a seat at a table,
Sure.
somewhere. Start
Yeah, it's more like a bench
yeah.
that you can wait at.
Start picturing Vogler or Calaman in my head, drawing little maps.
Okay, so he runs off, and
Blanche is in the jail.
and literally 2 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, "They'll be here presently." He just runs into them because they're almost at the castle. He basically went out the door and was like, "Oh,
Blanche is in
so
jail.
great."
Meteor swarm.
So yeah, he basically heralds their arrival, and in walks the rest of the group.
Thank the soldier.
Oh, hi,
Dismissed.
Blanche.
He's like,
We thought you
he's
got arrested.
maybe 15.
Oh my god.
Oh, this poor kid.
Gee willikers, Mr.
No, let him
Miss.
stay here.
Yeah.
Inside the
Right.
jail where it's safe.
I was like,
You're not
"Wow."
wearing Calaman armor or anything, and he still kind of gives you the salute. And you've been around the Calaman army enough to know that he did it very wrong.
That poor kid. He's still learning.
He's so
Let
tried.
him stay in the jail where it's safe.
Doofy.
Inside off the streets.
And
His name is
he
Doofus?
runs off to go do something else.
Great.
So,
Love it.
I won't get a popsicle.
all right, everyone's here.
Right.
He's trying to be
Ever-
sneaky. It's not
I see
me.
a Slinky Jake.
Everyone's here. Jake just walks in. Yes, everyone is here now.
So it looks like our sticky-fingered friend decided to
That was really good timing there, Evan.
Did he bring us Oreos this time?
I'm sure they didn't
No.
let him stop at the bakery beforehand.
Dang.
My guy was dry.
What?
It's like, oh look, soda.
Ooh, sticky
So they
fingers.
capture them. That makes it a little more interesting trying to feed fake information to someone who's now been apprehended. But
No, it's not. You pretend you've been arrested for something
Sure.
and just sit in the next jail cell over whatever that comes to of a story for why you got arrested is whatever, but
and then you stage a breakout with him.
Sure.
Ooh.
Okay.
perhaps convince him that the marshal told you that she was willing to talk based on information that you may or may not have.
Or you can just claim that they got the wrong guy. You recognize him.
I think that is. I like that a little bit better, as it doesn't run the risk of hurting any guards.
Yeah, you can just.
Staging a breakout, I'd have to make it look good.
Yeah, they're bringing you in to verify whether or not this is the spy, and you can vouch for him that he's not, and maybe do one last deal with him before he flees the city.
It's also is easier and simpler, and sometimes simple is better.
Sure. And then there's the matter of what information are we going to feed him?
What?
Did Marshall say anything to that regard? We don't know much
She
about.
didn't provide us any of her scouting reports or things like that.
We heard rumors of the scouts returning, but that's it. Where they're from, we don't know.
What if we just make something up?
Yeah, exactly.
Theoretically, he might
What would
know
be
what the
convincing
scouts-
though for?
Jezebel, this is we're talking about
Blanche can
sticky
be very
fingers. This is
deceptive.
a Kender spy of the Dragon Army that I met in the past.
That's right. Just
I thought it was coach or something.
Oh dear.
Well,
Dear.
what would we even want to feed them? Is the question.
Is this your
Themselves.
first breakout? Granny has stories, and sometimes
We've
she
all had
exaggerates.
we've all had rough nights.
No other cannibalism, no.
No,
Speak for yourself.
just like, you know how Cinderella sent her stepmother her
That's
that
true. You
soup
didn't
in
do
the
any
Grimm's
time
fairy
for that
tales?
orphan puncheon.
Or the orphan whacking.
The orphan maker.
No.
Around this time, the kid comes back and says,
Could we maybe not call him a kid? He's 15.
He's old enough to
Teenager.
fight in a war.
the soldier comes back and
The child soldier comes back.
it says,
Child soldier.
and says,
Oh. Nice.
as soon as you're ready, the marshal would like to see you all.
Well, let's meet her
Voice
then, buddy.
fluctuate.
Huh?
This is voice
This is voice
fluctuate.
crack.
Thank you.
No,
Marshal
like
needs to see
he's
We'll
not this time anyway.
Not
Always
this
feeling
time.
confident.
All right,
lead the way, soldier.
and he kind of puffs up a little bit at that. All
Ooh.
right. So he,
Look at you, Kogan.
so
I
he,
gotta be a leader now.
he leads.
Yeah,
He
the
leads
leader
the
of your
way.
own
Yes,
cult
you
there.
He leads the way, and when he gets you to the marshal's office, then he does his best to try and present you formally, and then his voice does crack. In that moment.
Oh.
When he walked in,
So
And that's how
So
he
she-
cracks.
yeah, she sort of says, "That'll do, soldier." And,
The first
and
crash is done.
he kind of looks at her, and then he looks at you, and he's like, you know, like he does
I
a
just
little
give him
fist
this
bump.
tiny little nod
Yeah.
and looks to us for
Yeah,
approval.
yeah,
He's like,
A little tiny
did
nod.
it.
yeah.
Rocked it.
Good try,
And
kid.
so then you guys come in, and the marshal is like, Will, he's a good lad.
Aw.
So she says, well, the scouts made it back, and they saw a flying citadel northwest of the city, and beneath it,
Are you the 15?
the Red Dragon army is marching. And they're marching toward the city.
Confirms what we saw in the scrying room.
Meat's back
Oh.
on the menu, boys.
What's so these aren't the people from
It is to
the
the
northern
northwest of the
lakes
city.
haven't come back yet, right? The people from the northern lakes, Derek and all them,
The ships.
they haven't come back yet.
Not that we know of.
Do we know if
Well, I didn't know where the scouts fully came
does
from
the marshal
either.
know if Derek's coming?
No.
let's hope they'll get a portrait for Lord Baccharis.
Throw Lord
Do
Baccharis
they-
into
Do we have an
towards
idea of how far out it is
Show
in
them that
terms
there
of time?
really is a flying fortress.
I think we are in the midst
Solid.
of,
Agreed.
we're in the midst of trying to assess that now. Our fears are that it could be a day.
I accidentally grabbed my flag doctor. Get back there. You're too low level. You're not going to help us now.
And squishy.
Well,
And
That's the
then she
ring.
says,
Super squish. Squish.
I'm confident that this word is already out in the city. I just they're not saying that it is, but I believe that it is. I think people are just they're everybody here knows that the city is on edge, and the fear has risen greatly. And I very seriously doubt that one of our scouts could walk through the gate without them finding out what's going on.
Well, like the whole idea that you can make money and not just a little money, millions of dollars. Oh yeah. If people watch
The Dragon Army action.
so
His sticky fingers really gonna be anything that can help us at this point.
you probably skip right through their ads. Oh yeah. How do advertisers make money? Because most of the people are buying YouTube upgrades and don't have
I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, YouTube pays the advertisers.
So the marshal says, I will be here, or I will be somewhere in the castle. I have
So yes, YouTube pays them with that to that.
communications to make with our commanders and
Are a much
with anybody that I can that can help prepare the city. If you need me, come find me. But I must tend to preparations.
Yeah, rather than doing like a 70-30 split or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And let me know what you want me to do with the prisoner.
Independent contractors where they're just on a streaming service.
Yes, we are thinking on that. You don't have any particular piece of information that might be useful to leak to them, to put the Dragon Army in perhaps a more favorable position if he is leaking information to them. I don't know if there's what you have in terms of being able to shoot down Dragon Elves, if your ballistas lined up in certain locations that we could lie to them about.
Yeah, I mean we will have our efforts to combat anything and everything, but all I will say for the moment is this: under normal circumstances, we would do what we would do. Under these circumstances, I do not want to waste a single resource tending a prisoner. So, by this afternoon, we are releasing him or executing him.
Very well. And we'll see
How
if we
about
can.
this?
You're supposed to teach each one.
If we decide to release him, we follow him.
What is that gonna do?
We already know who the Dragon Army is. We know where they have met before.
Yeah, but if he goes back to where he pretty much hides out any information there,
We capture whoever he's meeting with and see if they have info.
or
If it's a small enough group we can capture.
Maybe communications are on. If the Citadel is this close. Not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but what good is some puny little halfling gonna do?
Kender.
Whatever.
Unless you have, I don't know how sneaky we could all be trying to follow them, at least myself in particular. But
No, the audio takes that as an extra.
unless you have a better use for us in the next few hours, half a day, that is an option.
You're not wrong.
But
Just not sure.
we'll have to discuss that.
Yep, she's bidding you good day and moving on to the next thing she needs to do. She's not even kicking you out of her office.
Okay.
I know for sure there's at least 3 of us that could possibly be able to stay sneaky and keep up with. At least one for sure can keep up with, depending on how fast they are.
I mean,
Don't worry. Can do COVID stuff mission by myself too.
You were the 3rd that I was thinking of.
Third?
I'm
I said 3
third.
of us.
is there
You, me,
any advantage to giving them a false rumor about a force either going out or coming in from another location? Maybe
And
we,
also the fact.
maybe we could draw away some forces if we say there's some small force being rallied to
Caliban's
assault.
waiting until you attack to
Well-
strike from over there.
Maybe
Sending
maybe
us-
we could send a rumor about some sort of strike against Lord Soft's tower, knowing that he's involved. It doesn't need to be true. It just needs to be possible enough that it might divert some forces. That they might have to waste some time sending forces out and about looking for a phantom army that's going to attack his keep.
I thought we agreed there wasn't anything important at the keep, though.
Well, other than it's Lord Soft's stronghold. And if
Yeah, it's
we
like his
can
house.
If I'm
manufacture
traveling
a
alone, I
threat
can
to
move
it,
stealthily at a normal pace.
perhaps that might be all we need to draw something away.
It could create tension between him and the dragon army.
Yeah.
What if the contingency has
It's
already
when
made
I'm
it back
traveling
here?
alone. You can
with
move
Derek.
stealthily.
Traveling alone.
Yeah, so
Supposedly,
if it has to be
and
like
they're
one
being
person,
sent off to flank the
I
Citadel
can
or
move
the,
at my
the
normal
Dragon
pace
Army
by
on
myself.
a side.
That was more what I was thinking.
It might just be enough to mess with Lord Soth in a way that it might divert
don't
his.
Being
think
other
we're going
creatures, you
to-
learn their exact numbers.
Without
sizes,
actually
how
having
many
an
effects
actual
to-
distraction there, you don't think he's powerful enough to keep tabs on his own Citadel without, or
Well,
tower without
it's
having
not the
somebody
Citadel,
actually
it's
monitor.
what force might be approaching his Citadel that he may not know of. I don't know if he has eyes surrounding it for tens of miles, hundreds of miles out, but they do know that there was a force of Calaman that did range out.
Unless they killed that.
Well,
I'm sorry, I hate to
It-
say it that way.
as far as we could tell, that Calaman army was keeping ahead of them. And I don't think they were necessarily heading in the same direction since the Calaman army was moving to meet with the boats.
That's fair.
So I think
I like these two plans. What do the rest of you think? We could say that there's a force going to Dargard Keep, or one that's lurking out and hiding, waiting for the dragon army to strike. Both of those would potentially divert our enemies.
Or at least divide them.
Well, I think the keep one. I'm leaning towards the keep one a little bit more, just because yeah, it's like, is he gonna be thrilled with somebody in his house, in his yard?
Right, there's half of me that really wanted to go to the keep just to see if there's some sort of weakness for him there.
Because
mean,
otherwise, is Soth like gonna see like, oh, there's another force? He's like, let's go. He's already.
I mean, if we're lucky with it, it might be enough to draw his attention over there and maybe force him to redirect the Citadel, at least temporarily.
Or to divert some other
Either-
force to investigate.
Reduces the forces approaching right now, or delays them. If
How far, in terms of like days travel, is Dargard Keep from Calaman? Let's say on horseback.
Oh, that's right, that keep. Yeah,
that
that's
far away.
right. We were told about that keep last session
it's
too.
really not that far away.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
I don't think it was
Doing a little
more
bit
than
of
a few days back.
research right now.
Because it's like otherwise,
'Cause we
how
were
much
like-
of a rumor do we have to
I
start
think
for a
we were
force to
talking
be
about sending-
believable that we
we
have
were like,
access to it?
Clouds across
Let's
the
Well,
have a couple
They
They
people go
already know
there.
of the force that messed with.
I just wrote Omega Haunted Castle.
Yeah, because it was me and Blanche who found out about the castle from Lady Becklin, or the keep. That's right.
I wish there was a way for us to get in contact with that Elven Bard again.
The dead
The pretty
elven
one?
bard.
The dead one.
The
Songstress.
lungs on her, damn.
I just have a feeling that she's
You
one
can
of those.
see them because she's a ghost.
Woo! Like buckety flutter. Flutter.
Oh, okay,
You
it's-
can see them fluttering.
It's a
in
little
her.
ways
Oh
away.
my
They'd have to. It's
If
not.
you rushed, you could get to it in a day.
Oh,
Right,
'Cause
so
it's further away
I
than
say
Boggle.
someone's already left. You know,
yeah, we could say
if
that.
that is the plan.
that force diverted somewhere
and
else.
hear me out here. What if we actually go?
Then we wouldn't be
Calaman
here to defend Calaman.
Well,
has
what,
the entire army to themselves. They are a well-defended city in every other respect.
They are severely lacking in air warfare.
the
So
Dragonlance
are
are
we.
going to be an issue.
I agree.
So there's not anything else that we can do in that regard from here.
We have a Dragonlance, and I'd be pretty good against those undead dragons. In fact, it is the perfect weapon against those undead dragons if we can ever get melee range with them.
No, that would
So
be.
we're
He's
just
got a
gonna be
lance. We have a
flinging
way
you
to
all
make a
over.
flying mount. We've got that.
There's a lot of them, though, is the issue.
Yes, but what
So
if the way to
just
take out Lord
leading
Soth is
Kogan
not
all the time.
directly attacking?
Oh no, I do agree with that. But
Yeet
that
Kogan, he does
citadel
Misty Step stab.
is probably going to
Catch
be
and throw back.
the major threat.
I don't see where it can go wrong.
What is that Durgar keep,
I can't
or
even say
that
it.
keep that is worth it for us to go there?
I don't know, potentially his like equivalent of a vampire coffin, his bones.
Just kryptonite.
Something,
We don't
something
know
to
for sure.
cause.
I don't remember. Did we ever hear that there was rumors that Bogler actually, there is still a regiment of that dragon army that is still there?
I mean, we assume that the Bogler's not terribly far away, so I assume that
The citadel's
they were all
approaching from that
waiting.
direction, so chances are they used it as a
I have a
bridge.
new question.
Okay.
Did Lady Becklin... Can we find Lady Becklin? She was kind of busy last time, but
Oh, there you go.
would we be able to find her? in the
Oh,
castle?
there's the Oriole bean right there.
It is Lady Becklin that seems
We're
to
the
know
Order of
about
Kings, she just feeds us.
the history of...
Yeah, that's
Lord
right.
Soth,
That's
right?
true.
She knew more
I guess
than any
because it
of
was
you
a
knew.
demon, he's
Okay.
an Oriole fiend.
Whether or not it's a lot,
Okay.
up to
Gold,
you.
Could we take
goldfish.
10 minutes
Exact nuts.
and go and twist her ear to see if she knows anything about the legend of Lord Soth in terms of what is it that makes him an undead knight?
No, thank you.
Like, looking for weaknesses or ways to kill him, you know.
Jake wants one of
I
us to
thought we
die.
learned that already.
We
It
did?
was,
It's some
It
sort
was
of
voted on
divine
me for the
curse.
longest time.
yeah,
Right,
it was
but
the
I
elves
think
that
everyone had to vote on you for the longest
betrayed,
time.
essentially, that cursed him with the eternal life.
Right. But is there, like, I don't know, like,
A way to undo the term.
a weakness that he has or something that, like...
Every immortal person has a weakness.
Does he have a diary?
Does he have a diary? Does he have a finger that he
weakness is
had
the
to
taunting of the
mummify?
dead
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, his bones,
A
something.
piece of his hair.
I don't know if she would know much. We'd almost be
Well,
better
that's
off
what I
trying
was
to get in
gonna ask
contact
for.
with that ghost lady. She'd
Oh,
probably
boy.
know a lot better.
I love how she said, "Oh boy."
Man, look at all the dessert we got.
So you
Those are
want
my
to,
If you want a Yorkie added in there, you can have a Yorkie added in there.
Peppermint.
appreciate that. You can certainly try to find her if you want.
Do you want...
No.
The
It's
York
not
pe-
stopping
The
now.
York
You
peppermint
don't
patties are the
understand.
holy
Yes, I
patties
would,
Would you like
of mintiness.
I would like to find
would you like
Lady Becklin, just to see if she has any further information for us.
Okay.
At all.
What would you like?
That's funny.
I mean, do you have any specific method by which you want to find
That's
her, or
funny.
you
I threw
just
a
want
York
to
peppermint patty at my sister when I
You
saw
wanna
her
just go
last
looking around? You
Wednesday
wanna
before Thanksgiving.
ask somebody to go find her for you?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna not ask, find her for us, but like, ask the nearest, like,
Location,
guard
location, location.
or whatever is
Sure.
standing around.
Will's around again.
I suppose we could
Who's
ask
that?
her about
The
The
building
the
girl.
child, the
we could
child
ask her about what
soldier.
information
Well,
she would feed.
The soldier.
Okay, gotcha.
He's younger than Darren.
She's a
I know it
fairly
is.
sound tactical mind.
And
Very
you're
younger.
always like, oh, little baby Darren.
Okay, so I would like to ask if he happens to know
Oh,
The
little
question
baby
is,
where
you have
Lady
to deal
Becklin
with
is in the castle or
trying
knows
to
who would know.
falsify information on that.
I'll find her.
Great. Can we follow you?
He's like, what?
Or are you bringing her to us?
He's gonna look for her. He doesn't know where they are.
Yes.
He's so
You could
confused.
try.
If you find
Sorry.
her,
Yeah. Yes.
Naruto.
okay, Will,
He just turns around the
Will.
corner and disappears.
and I'm like shorter than him because he's
Yeah.
a 15-year-old boy. Okay, great.
He's still
okay,
like 5'10".
yeah.
Anyway.
So
Taller than me.
anyway, yeah, by a lot. If you find Lady Becklin, will you let her know
I'm
that we are
only
looking
slightly taller
Yes, I
than
will.
him.
I'm
where we are?
slightly shorter than
He's
you.
already gone.
Okay. Cool.
I'm like
Well, I was gonna start with the other one.
2 inches
Anyway,
taller than him or something. It's not very much. Blanche
He
is
shows
the only
back
one
up in
that's
30 seconds with
big.
Lady Becklin.
okay. What's she like in the next room?
He just found her real
Okay,
fast.
Great, cool.
Dude,
Like
look
ran
at this
into her
kid.
corner.
Oh hi.
Like he did with us. I don't know.
Ah,
that
my
other
friends.
Hi,
It's
Lady
good to see you again.
Hello.
Thanks, Will.
See you back way.
Bye, Will.
That was fast.
We have a question for you.
I hopefully have an answer for you.
I sure hope so. I'm gonna like, I don't know. Are we at a place where there's a table?
There is not a table here.
You're just miming it, getting comfortable.
Yeah, I'm gonna mime like air sit with the chair. Like,
It's coffee talk.
yeah, sitting down on a chair. So
Take a
you
seat.
seem to have, well, at least more information than we do about this here Lord Soft character, and I was wondering if there was any possibility that you knew any more information about his kind of whole legendy background story thing.
Alright, who told you about him in the first place? Maybe they know something
Oh,
too.
Maybe
Wait,
like
isn't
he
she?
has
She's a knight
Wait a
of.
second.
of
What
Salamia.
specifically
Yeah, so
do
she
you
would
wanna
hear these
learn?
stories, and when she was in the regiment.
Wasn't there a second knight
guess.
of Salamnia that was part of Ogler as well?
Terry.
Like, no, I mean another older lady.
Vela
No,
of
it was.
Matar.
She
The one
came
that
with the.
rarely ever like came into town or
Oh,
anything like that.
she's
Yeah.
not older.
No, she's
There's also a
young.
dude that got
She's
possessed.
the. I think she was a Venturi.
She's like in her late 20s.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I for some reason was picturing her.
She was there when Vogler got attacked.
No. The
I
other
think-
night that was in.
Vogler.
Vogler.
Right.
I think she was in the attack, but I don't know.
I don't remember if she made it or not.
I think. I think she did.
She's still alive.
Well, yeah, she's a knight.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find her.
Kind of
She's
wish I could
in,
go with the knight background.
Darrett's group.
Yeah.
That's like, okay. Well, no, actually, that's fine because she's not as.
What you wanted to ask?
Lady Vela Uthmatar.
Lady Bela.
Oh, that's right.
That's
So anyway, does Lady Becklin know anything else?
Anything about the nature of his
Yeah.
life that might be more easily undone, or anything that might draw his attention more so than anything else?
Well, the legend has been around for a while, but I mean, I originally heard it when I was a squire, and I don't hear of it often. Have not heard of it often, but every now and then people will comment about the keep, and I mean, certainly people have their things that they like to say about the land is cursed, and that he is the cause of the curse. But I think you probably know more about him than I do now, as I've heard the stories of what you saw in the crypt. It's far more detailed than I had ever heard about his life.
So the keep, was that where he was originally like living?
Yes, that was his keep.
So I wonder because his wife and child, he killed them, didn't he?
Failed to save.
Yeah, failed to save. It's like something happened to them, to their house. So what if that's the curse is
I thought
there?
he just turned his back
Well,
on
she cursed him.
Yeah.
So
See if we can find out. Maybe she's still up and moving there.
I have some money to put down on the fact that our friendly
Ghost.
neighborhood ghost is
wait.
his wife. But
You are considering going there?
Me?
Some of them thought there might be something there we could.
Pardon me, but this city is about to be under siege by the Dragon Army.
and
Why would its heroes leave?
we very much understand that. It was just
It's not
a
your
thought.
fee.
We're just trying to explore every avenue, if you will, to find out.
Trying to find
if
a
there
way
is-
to take Lord Soth out of the equation.
Exactly.
And you think that you may find something there?
Where else would we find anything?
That's why
Well,
we're asking.
I only say because the things that I have heard is that no person has attempted to go there and return.
Right.
You told us that part too.
Yeah. She told me in Blanche. Yeah.
I mean,
Lady Becca.
they said that about the City of Lost Names too.
Oh. Dang.
Well, it sounds to me like the part that's returning is not the part we want.
Tis true.
It seems to me that everyone in this city is ready to lay down their lives to protect it.
Well, that is in great part due to you all.
Right, and we are ready to do this the same. We are just attempting to, like I said, explore what possibilities we may have of besting Lord Soth.
Well,
If that is going to his source of power and burning his bones or
you
killing his cat, I don't know.
you all have already done.
Whoa. Cat
Sorry.
too far.
You all have already accomplished and
Child's ghost
survived
happens.
more than I would have expected from than anyone. Far be it from me. In my lifetime, I've done no such deed as heroic as the things that you all have done. Far be it from me to question your motivations and your beliefs about the right course of action. I just could not have in my wildest dreams imagined that I would have this conversation on this day.
We do
Pardon me for my surprise.
We do not ask this in threat of abandoning Calman.
Well,
We only do so in hopes of
unless you have a means of travel faster than any I know of, I don't know how you would get there
How
and return
fast is
to
the
defend
Phantom
the city.
Steed again? How fast does that move?
It's a horse,
If we do
right?
a rush, yeah, I'd be there faster.
I
than
really
a
don't think
horse.
we should be leaving Callanan.
But no, I agree with Lady Becklin and with.
Well,
Okay.
perhaps there's another way you can help us. We may have come by a way to feed information to the Dragon Army, be it true or false. And perhaps someone with your experience in command might know some good ways to put that to use.
Well, if I had a means to feed false information to the Dragon Army, I'm sure that I could come up with things that would confuse their leaders. However, how do you propose to achieve this?
Blanche.
There's a spy that's captured.
Certainly I've heard.
We thought we could pass on this false information and then make it look like he escaped.
What would motivate him to pass false information?
This is
If he believed it was true.
And that he's getting paid for it by the Dragon Army.
This is a spy he has worked with before.
And why would he believe any of you?
Oh no!
I glance back over my shoulder at Jezebel as well.
Because
Covers her ears.
I mean no offense, but it is not the city watch that caught him. The soldiers. From your information.
Yeah, that's fair.
That really
Doesn't really know any of us though, outside of Blanche.
No, he does
Blanche
not.
has previously worked with this spy before.
So where?
I've seen him.
If it can be convincingly conveyed to him that Blanche vouches for the spy as not being the actual spy they're looking for,
Dun, dun, dun.
and is able to hand off one last bit of information in a convincing enough manner, perhaps we can
Oh my god.
get that
Finding
info to
curly
the Dragon Army.
Fair enough.
That is our hope at least.
So
Lady
I
Beckland's
don't
like,
think that'll work now.
well, so Becklin basically what she does is she gives you she explains to you that, you know, if the Dragon Army approaches a certain gate at a certain time, it's harder for the watch to defend it because of the way the sun shines at it. And then she explains these are the spaces in the wall where we're not able to properly secure our anti-siege weapons, and you know, she gives you 3 or 4 bits of information,
Okay.
and she even goes so far as to give some thought as to, you could say it in this way that may be more subtle than, and let them decipher it from there.
Sure.
So she's even attempts to be helpful in that respect. So you feel confident after her explaining this that should you believe that you could convince Sticky Finger to take that information back, that it would be false information. You don't even need to roll, anything. You're convinced.
All right.
So we have info to feed him.
If you want.
How are we gonna? Is that what we're gonna do with him?
I'm gonna have to be arrested.
Why? Couldn't you just can't you just be the one that says, no, this is in fact not the one?
Then
you're
he
looking
knows
for?
it was me who told him about him in the first place. If I'm the informant who's able to say that you've got the wrong guy, then he knows someone.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him converse with the Dragon Army soldier.
As far as he knows, you're one willing to sell information on
I
the very
can.
army.
I will, and Becklin says, I will take you down there in shackles myself.
Oh!
If that is your plan.
If that's the
Lady
plan, how
Becklin's
do you
gonna be
plan
like,
to
you
escape?
I don't think Blanche necessarily needs to escape.
I can help Sticky Finger escape.
It's got
Bestie.
Well, like, I'm assuming you can tell me a layout of the cell.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll break the lock, or I'll bend the bar or something. We'll let him out. And
I tell you what,
yes,
we will take him out of there as though we're taking him to be executed. Something will go wrong.
sure.
We'll bring him back to the cell. Maybe the headsman's got a day off.
Oh no, the headsman died.
We'll bring him back to the cell and promise him that
What are you talking about?
his
I'm right
execution
here.
will take
No.
place tomorrow instead of today.
Mhm.
Heads go rolling sometimes.
And
On vacation.
In the meantime, you can have an agreed upon weakening of the cell so that you can escape. If you so choose to do this.
Either that or you get locked away to get executed along with him as someone who informed him. And you make a break when they transfer you out to get executed.
That works as well, I think.
You can feed that information on your escape out of here. Maybe you use that information to help sneak your way through the gates. The alleged useful information to escape through on the gates at the right time. And then...
Yes, but that's the point of the information. It's false, so it's
I
not
know,
actually like that.
but we pretend like it's like that. We inform the gate that you're going to escape through. That is indeed how it's going to go.
Fewer moving parts, the better. I think. I think
Simple is better.
True, he already had a way out of the city that he was using, so as long as we can get him away from the immediate guard, he can probably find his own way out.
I'll bend a bar in a way that doesn't let me fit through, and I'll say, take this information to the Dragon Army. Get me out of here before I get executed. I think that'll work.
Alright.
So, execution delay. We'll set up. I'll move in while he's out of the cell. We'll take it from there.
Okay. So they'll, all of this is gonna take like 20 minutes. They're gonna haul him out of there. Off to be executed. While he's out, you can go in there. They'll, strategically weaken one of the bars so that you can bend it for him to escape. They'll bring him back, open the cell with you suddenly in it. I would like to just clarify. Are you keeping anything on you, or are you being put in there in plain clothes?
I think plain clothes will leave my armor and weapons out in the front where you can see they've been confiscated.
Sure.
Or I don't know if they
I'll
keep
just
them
hang
there.
on to them. I've got a Calman badge. It's fine.
I got a Calman badge. I'm
Put it on,
Got a bag of holding.
punch me in the face a couple times.
Alright, crouch down a little bit.
fine. Crouch.
Get
Bigger
out!
fists.
Get on my level.
I got the strength score
Please.
for it
Please,
to
sir.
make it convincing.
These are magical weapons!
I don't
That
want
might
to
be a
die.
little too much.
Yeah,
You'll
there's
just kill him!
you're
You'll just kill her.
overboard. Why did she
Just
want to
goes
hit
in
you
the-
so bad?
It's in the corner.
Stairs.
I mean,
This is my whole thing!
this
is
she
what I
has
do.
punched kids before,
Ellie
so.
really wants to punch you, and I
Yeah,
don't know why. Want a skittle?
You want
If she'll let me, I'll put
Maybe
in
it'll
a
calm down.
1-2 punch to the face, make
Sounds
some
like
hefty
it'd be
blows
fairly
there.
Treat it like the meat.
Large
I don't
strike.
know. Lose. What do you think you need to lose? 5, 6, 10 HP? How much do you want to lose?
I'll lose 10 HP.
10 HP.
Gotta be convincing.
Unarmed strike is like a D4, guys.
It's a D4. Oh.
You don't need to roll. Blanche is like
He's-
teeing it up for
It's
you.
a curiosity.
You can do better than that.
Smite!
Smite.
Your mother
Oh, God.
punches harder.
You're supposed to punch harder.
Is this gonna turn into just? Oh
I'll punch.
man.
Oh,
Don't worry,
Everybody's
I'm
just gonna punch
not
you.
swinging.
I'm not swinging either.
I rolled a 19.
I'm just
I'm
sitting there
trying
like.
to see if there's any way I can help you
Why are
with
you
like a
hitting my
blessing or
auntie?
something that would last
I mean, I
long
know
enough.
why, but
But
Poor Blanche.
try not to.
I don't got it.
Does anybody have, like, enhanced ability or something like that?
What are we trying to do here?
Casting something on Blanche to allow enhancing of abilities or bless or something like that.
I can give you a little temp HP for like 8 hours.
As his
got that.
apology for punching you in the snoot.
I don't think
This
that's going to
Sticky
help you
finger's
here.
gonna kill me. I deserve to die.
I think Blanche could overtake Sticky Fingers.
All right, so Blanche is in there, you know, down with plain
it's all on you.
clothes. You know, no brace on the knee, no comforts. And
She's got a big wooden stick.
nope, no
Not
brace.
even that.
Not
Yeah,
even
that's
that, just
right.
thrown in.
And yeah, so they bring Sticky Finger back and toss him in there, and what
Open already.
I know.
what on earth are you doing here?
Did you step up? Tell him something that I don't know. Lord Bacchus has had it in for me ever since I left Vogler. That rat bastard.
Well,
He killed Kenny.
you aren't kidding there. That man sure does hate you something fierce.
I'm not sure he even knows that I've been telling you things, but he's made up some accusation about it. Called me a spy.
Well, whatever, you know, the Dragon Army certainly paid well for your information. It is a shame to see you in here then.
Shame to see I didn't get the payout. But
Well,
I can't have everything.
nevertheless, I'm surprised to see you in here. Most people talk about you like a hero.
I have done my part for the people of Vogler, but Calaman can go to however many hells exist in this setting. All I wanted was to, get a fair reward.
Well, I'm not going to live to see the sunrise tomorrow. What about you?
Sure, I'm in the same boat as you. It's a shame, though. Could have had one last run on the town if I could have sold on what I pulled off the marshal's desk.
Well, it matters not anymore, does it?
Suppose not.
It's a shame they caught me and not the others.
I mean, your whole network took some doing.
I'm just one cog.
Well, it was nice being part of the machine with you anyway.
So yeah, he kind of goes and this is, I mean, this thing is not meant to house anyone. There's not a cot. There is a bench.
Yeah, it's like a warehouse. That they put cars in.
If you sat on the bench, it might not even hold you.
Uh-oh.
They're not worried about you being comfortable.
I'm gonna sit on the bench.
Okay. I don't know. Do you have a two-sided?
I intend to break this bench.
Oh, sure. In that case,
I lean a little bit.
In that case, roll your strength, and all I'm saying is just don't roll a 1. Roll your athletics, Colin.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, you break it.
Oh.
25.
Yeah, you break it easily. he crashes down off of it.
Like grab at my knee,
Yeah.
and as I'm pulling, like, I'm gonna look at one of the pieces of wood and say, "Sticky finger." You know what I can do with that? I think there was this time I was in a prison. I had one too many drinks and broke someone important's arm. This is a true story.
Broke someone important.
But I used like pry out like a long piece of wood. I think I might be able to get us out of here.
Really?
Hey, what do you look at me for? I'm 7 feet tall now.
I find it hard to believe that this broken piece of wood can bend iron.
Well, it's all about the leverage, isn't it?
You know, some weird minotaur magic.
Ooh.
I know something about that. I crack my neck a few times.
It's
Okay,
called
I think the
Minotaur
guard-
string.
I think the guard is. I want to see where the guard is.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't one posted all the time.
Okay, well, the
There-
guard's not here right now,
Right.
so you only have so much time. Alright. Then I want to use this to bend and or break. I don't know how we set it up.
Like leverage up the lock
Yeah.
in a way it wasn't meant to
Like,
go.
have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean where
Yeah.
they use the bench to lift the gate? Yeah.
Sure.
I will increase my size if need be.
Leverage up like the pins in the hinge or something
Roll
like that.
performance.
Oh boy. I'm going to. Oh wait, does this work the way I think it does?
Need a bard.
I'm sorry, I need to check one of my class features.
Okay.
I have the Storm Rune, which is, I've decided, a piece of stone that I picked up from Onyari.
Oh,
It sometimes, like, hovers a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
But I keep it as a memento of that magical power.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see if I can get advantage on strength checks from it. Or performance checks.
Yeah, there is no question that you can break this bar. The question is, can you do it in such a way that he believes that you just broke it and didn't have it rigged?
Yes, I can use this Storm Rune to enter a prophetic state for a minute and give my roll advantage. Oh no! 5 and a 6.
Oh no.
Performance is gonna make that a 9.
Alright, we will come back to that
After these.
because when all of the, whatever it is all said and done, rather than having you roll your deception for all of this beforehand, we're going to roll it after it's done to find out how well you did. Which will influence how well this works.
Sure.
So, I don't want to do it beforehand. I want to do it afterward. Because I cannot imagine there's a scenario where you're not going to let this guy out.
Well, sure. I don't know how well I'm convincing him.
Sure.
All right. And,
So-
yeah, he doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe me.
Right.
All right.
So yeah, you bend this and you crack this bar out of there and
I turn around and I say, okay, Sticky Finger, I'm relying on you to save my life here. I can't fit through this. But if you get the dragon army in this place before my execution date, you understand my life is on the line. I'm trusting you. So here's how you're going to get him in. And I'll
Feed this information.
walk through the plan. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So he listens to you and he nods.
Take whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So he says, well, I didn't think that I would see the dawn tomorrow, and now maybe I will. And so he slips through the bars.
Make sure I see it too.
And yeah, he starts sneaking off pretty adeptly. Too. He's good at this kind of a thing. And yeah, right as he kind of turns around the corner, he looks back at you and he gives you a little wink. And then he's off. All right, roll your deception.
I have double advantage, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
22.
roll your insight.
18.
Okay. I think you believe that he bought it. And I think you believe that he is. I think you believe that he's going to do what he wants you to do.
Alright.
Like each of the moments where you had any degree of concern that you were going to be able to get him to buy it, or that he was responding with sincerity, you think you may have successfully tricked the trickster. So okay.
Alright.
So yeah, I mean, the guard kind of comes back around, and he's looking down the hall, and he just pulls the key out and he got in on what the plan was gonna be from Beckley. He's like, oh, Beckley told me to make sure to let that little guy get out of here.
Just make sure you aren't seeing the city for the next couple hours, just to make sure there's enough time for him to get out the city, so he doesn't see you out and about.
I might wait around indoors for a while.
Sure.
If it's not in this jail, it
Sure.
might somewhere else.
So yeah, I don't know what you guys were doing, but
Let's find out what they
you can get caught back up. Let's call it an hour and a half, whatever.
Hey, Ellie, did you buy some healing potions?
Jay!
Oh, wait, that's
Tried
right.
that already.
Yeah, that's right, they're out. Slip of my mind.
I thought you were gonna try to sell her one.
I
of
thought you
yours.
were.
Oh, we're selling
That
yours
was
to
the
your own
exact
party, huh?
same
Look at
thing.
this fancy bit I have.
I even
So-
have this book of true spells here.
Uh,
I can heal myself.
I think
Thank you.
I think Elliewood's gonna punch the crap out of
So,
you if you did that to her.
a different soldier finds you guys and he's a more seasoned soldier.
The
He's 16.
poor little Will.
He's
He's 16.
Has beer.
Still,
Has the
he's kind of looking around and making sure that there isn't anybody else, and he says, I don't know if I should. I'm hoping that I can come to you guys for some help. We've got. There's some trouble at one of the gates. There's some trouble specifically at the trade gate, and I'm hoping that you guys can help.
What sort of trouble?
Well, my captain there is. Well, he shut the gate, and he's not letting refugees in. They're trying to escape soldiers. I mean, they're trying to get in for protection, and he's not letting them in.
Well, I'll lead the way, I think.
You son of a bitch, you let Granny Rocket in here. Oh, sorry.
Maybe not.
I mean, I know.
Look, I don't listen. Listen, I do not want to be in opposition to my superior officer. Okay. I don't. Can you, if you do help, can you please just leave me out of this?
What was that?
Can you please just leave me out of this?
Yes.
I don't want to.
I've already started
Trade
heading in
gate.
the way of the trade.
Yeah, we'll head to the trade gate and see what's going on.
All right.
What's the name of your captain?
Captain Cut.
His name is Auckland Namhelm. He's a human. Okay. So, you guys make your way to the trade gate, and so on your way, you walk by one of the blacksmith shops, and it's closed, and it's got a sign there that says "Weapons out of stock. Sorry and good luck." That's the situation that we find ourselves in.
I'm not going, just in case I
Sure.
wanted to stick it right at the gate.
You also see a baker, like a baker stand,
Out of breath.
and they're just handing out their wares to people. I mean, they're handing it out. I mean, these people look like they're probably here as refugees. I mean, he's just handing it out.
And this is at the gate?
No, this is a baker that has a stand that you see along the way to the gate.
On the way.
And as you get close to the gate, you see there's a woman and her son, and they've got a small wagon, and it's just full of what looks like probably stray pets, and they're picking up another cat. Like people just stuff's getting a little wild out there.
Orphan
Be out.
kitty.
Bye, Fido.
So you guys get out. Yeah.
Super
Gotta get
fast
food
to make
somehow,
sure
right?
Martha is.
Wait,
not
where's
in
your
there
cat?
when you're-
What kids
Oh, you want to
last time
poke
I-
your head in the wagon?
Just to make sure Martha's not in
All
there.
right. Roll your perception.
Make sure Martha is.
I'm
in
not
there.
assuming that this would be something
Don't
that
roll
your
a
mother,
1.
that your mother would do, but I didn't roll a 1.
All right. What'd you roll? Yeah, you do not see a blue badger in there.
You see a
But
perfectly
the total
normal
for the
colored
perception
badger.
is,
That badger's trying to fight
Look,
everyone.
I could have made you roll with advantage, but it's a blue badger. I mean, it sticks out.
It is
like
a
so.
blue.
I'm just making sure she
badger.
hadn't wandered away someplace from the cool things. That's all.
She is
Carry
living a charmed life with Kogan's mom.
And
like
she's
you
just
don't need
prancing
to.
around.
You don't need to worry about her going anywhere. Okay, so yeah, you guys come up and the portcullis of the trade gate has been lowered. Dozens of anxious civilians gather outside, banging on the gate and pleading for entry. Inside the gate, Kalaman soldiers stand with spears ready, nervously eyeing the gate, and also nervously eyeing their stern captain.
Well, what seems
What
to be
the
going
hell?
on here?
So you're talking to the captain?
Yeah, I'll just say this out loud to the group of guards.
So yeah, he's got 8 soldiers there, and they're all kind of doing the thing. What? What? So he hears you, and he kind of turns, and he's kind of on edge, you know. And then he realizes that who it is, and what brings you guys here?
Oh,
To be honest, we heard
sounds
a
like
commotion.
there's a fair bit of commotion out this way.
Yeah, well, you can see there's a lot of travelers and people from the camps outside of the city. They're trying to get in.
Is there a particular reason they're not being let in?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard that some of those Draconians can look like just regular people.
Ah, see the worry there.
I mean, I don't want to let in somebody that's not who they say they are. And like, as you're saying this, you know, there's people that are like, they see you and they're like, please help us. And they're like banging on the gate. And
Oh God.
I don't think
The
these people
shiny
have
one.
any reason
But
to
I
know
can
his
leave
name.
that up for half.
The
The,
shiny
if they're the ones
They
from
do.
Bogler,
The
they know
shiny.
your name. They know all your
We're
names.
heroes.
Why?
You're famous.
I could do
No, we're
something
not.
for a minute.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
Where's the
No.
blue badger?
That's not going to
Nobody
solve
knows
it.
that.
okay, that one. No one will.
You are famous.
You got your own
We're not, though.
paparazzi.
Yeah, you are.
But not in like the sense that people from outside of
I do
Like,
have to take my.
these are the
Like, are these
refugees.
people-
Are these
refugees
the
from Bogler?
Could
Bogler?
walk through
That's
the crowd
actually a
through
They're just
pretty
like
good
from.
idea.
You don't know. I mean, it's safe to assume
Yeah,
that
but
they're
I don't-
from surrounding
that's
areas
never
somewhere.
tried.
What kind of question
Oh,
was that?
we don't know if that.
We don't know if that actually happened.
I mean,
Where do
they,
your babies come from?
I mean, they say it out loud. They're like, "There's an army coming."
From Mommy.
So, or it's a
Well, so what color was your egg? And they're like, ah, I agree.
There's like a little kid, and you hear her. She's like,
shape changers usually
She's
would
like-
act up.
"That's the gnome. That's Ellie."
The
And then
kid
she's like,
puncher.
"Ellie, help us! Help me,
The kid
Do we-
puncher.
please!
Oh god,
Can
now
we
it's
see how
personal.
big
They
of
know
a
you're
I've
Yeah.
heard you love children."
Look at Mama.
That's a liar. We gotta get them.
I need to leave, please.
Will you punch my
Can
baby?
we see how big the crowd is that's waiting out here?
I mean, there's dozens of people. I mean, you don't know exactly, but I mean, at least 50.
50.
At least.
No crowd.
One
She
lady holds her.
loves kids.
There could be more.
One lady holds up her kid. Punch my son.
Can you stop that? That was like, I don't know, 40 sessions ago.
But it
What's a
was such.
session?
What's
And also, I didn't punch him. I tripped him. Okay, thanks. All right.
But it etched into our memories because it was such a moment.
If I had some means of forcing truth from that, of
Lauren, I
color
feel
was
your
red?
pain. I only have one prisoner.
weeding out their true intent.
You want to try to get the
Shut up,
intent of
Orphan
all of the refugees?
No, what I'm looking for here is to possibly cast a zone of truth and to
32
just
sessions ago.
ask a very simple question to a group of people who enter the zone and then let them continue through.
I mean, is that one of the spells you can cast?
Yes, I can do it 3 times today.
Evan's got
think
your
it's
back.
like 37
Can I-
sessions ago.
Ask that if the captain's willing,
This been my thing was 30.
the guards can work to bring in a group of people. They can verify their intent to not harm Cowman or the people here.
Divine
Why
holy men.
don't
Have them speak the truth.
Because it's an area
Now
of
let's
effect
speak
that
it- the
lasts
truth
for
now.
10 minutes.
Who is
So if
your
there's
king?
like 50 people through, I can move people into the zone.
I think that what you surmise, without a roll of any sort, is that this decision and thusly this sort of confrontation that has occurred has caused the people outside may have previously been amenable, but now there's like a general sense of desperation to get in. So
If we open
you
it,
think that if the gate just gets open, they're not gonna wait around to get hurted. They're gonna be like, we gotta get in there. And they're gonna, probably there's gonna be some number of them that aren't gonna care. The gate's open, they're not gonna stab us with their spears.
well,
And they're going.
could they get me outside?
Catch me outside.
Misty, step outside.
Would he be willing to let me go out there, even if it's just by myself? And
He thinks about it for a second
Form
and he
this.
We can
says,
hear them from here, though, right?
what's that?
Like, we can talk to them through the gate from here, right?
well, I need to
People?
get
Yeah.
close
you
to
can
them.
try.
Iron bars.
Well, they were just shouting that they knew us and could see us.
Is there
Right.
another?
So,
Could I go around?
why not
and
just
come?
talk to them from this side of the gate and explain
Well-
to them what's going on?
The issue, I think, is
They think-
that how escalated it is for them. You know what I mean?
They're
So
no
like
longer
when I say that
holding.
you can try, that's what I mean. Is like you'd have if you're gonna do that, you'd have to have some means of getting them to listen, because they're kind of past that point now, without some attempt to calm them down or get them to listen. And I'm willing to accept whatever idea you have if that's the route you want to take. But if you just walk up to the gate and try to talk to them, they're not going to listen to you. You'll just get drowned out by they're not being disrespectful. They're panicking.
Hysteria.
Cast Calm Emotion on the first 10 of them.
I
and
don't
then
think I have that spell. I don't have that.
I mean, if you want to make just a non-magical attempt to try to calm them down, I'm willing to accept that from people as well.
I would like to attempt to try to calm them down.
How?
Too bad minor illusion does not work at a bigger scale.
That's called Major Illusion.
That's all major illusion. I have illusionary terrain. And everyone knows
Polymorph, giant gorilla, go.
that's not gonna calm people down. Okay?
Polymorph.
Everybody
Giant
loves a
Ellie.
monkey.
Turn myself into a fluffy little bunny rabbit.
I mean, I could just want
All
to do it
right,
and just
calm down
yell.
here, content.
To
Spear.
organize yourselves.
Polymorphs out of
I
the
am
rabbit.
Gets
going
picked up
to.
by the stray pet cart.
The straight
What
back
is that?
cart.
Bakery card, or is it just a dinner
I
card?
was just gonna yell out there.
Like, well,
to-
nobody's keeping it. Wink.
Or calm
I
and
really hope
organize
it's
yourself
option
so that we
A,
may move
rather
You
through
know
the
what?
gates.
If they found the
Organize
Yeah,
badger
no,
in that
it's
cart,
not.
it's
No
gonna
further
try to
injuries.
kill
It's
everything.
not
in that cart.
Alright.
They're
Well, I
trying
mean,
to
if they're gonna
collect and
kill everything
protect.
anyways,
I
it's
am
supposed to job
I'm
easier.
going to yell out there
I don't
and
know.
say
Meat's
to the
back on the
crowd,
menu.
it's like if you will calm down, line yourselves up in an organized fashion.
Ah, we need to get in.
We are
The
going
army
to
is
allow you
coming!
to come in,
The
but
army's
you
coming!
must calm yourselves. No one will be harmed. We do not want a stampede of people.
Roll your performance.
Performance?
I just don't see
Performance?
this.
Are you sure?
I wanted to say that.
Persuasion.
No.
Well, persuasion would be if they were listening to you.
No,
They're not
no, no.
listening.
Yeah, they're a full panic frenzy.
No.
They're
Yeah.
just wait. It's the dam's
I was
ready
about
to
to
burst.
say-
We're just waiting for the gift.
Whistle really
got plus four.
loudly.
Let's hope this is
Get
Any
everyone's
way
attention.
to knock?
not a nat 20, but a dirty 20. Dirty, dirty.
An unnatural 20.
A natural 20?
Unnatural 20.
Yeah, it goes from them being at like a 10 to now they're at like a 6. They have not stopped, but a few of them have like, they're not being so
Aggressive.
right, but they're still out there, and they're still kind of yelling, and they're still afraid.
Okay. I will give it a
But you could, it's more plausible that some might hear something.
I guess I will then step up and I need to come out there with you. The guard captain needs to be assuaged that no ill intent is sneaking into the city.
Okay.
I need to come out amongst you and confirm that myself.
Okay.
So if you will please calm down and just take a step back from the gate, I will step out with you.
So roll. Why don't you roll persuasion and roll with advantage because there's one or
There
two
is
out
an
there
imposter among
that
us.
are like,
Branch.
they're like, that's him.
That's the Holy One.
That's the Holy One. The Paladin. 3 orcs.
With advantage.
Glowy little light shining around him.
That's going to be. What is this?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay.
Age.
Okay. That's going to be a 17.
Okay. So yeah. So basically what happens is there's a few people that listen to you. And then there's a few other people that sort of pipe down a little bit trying to hear what you're saying. And then what ends up happening is a couple of them are convinced and they start trying to convince more people in the crowd. And after a little time, they kind of, it kind of gradually, that din of everything panic starts to, it doesn't go away, but they're like, now everybody up that's up close to the gate, instead of doing what they're doing, is sort of like, okay, please help us.
Just everyone step back from the gate. They're going to open it to let me through. I'll come through and do what I can to assuage.
So it takes them a little bit to try to get the people behind them to push back a little bit. And they do, but they don't push back very far. They push back like 5 feet, maybe. That's all the more they can get, because the other people in the back haven't
pushing
heard all
and-
this.
yeah.
And
Alright.
so, okay.
Alright. Open the gate and please do not rush through.
So
We need no one to get injured here.
So they have the 2 soldiers go and work to open the gate, and then the other 6
Hold the-
all stand there with their spears pointed at the crowd to make sure that nobody runs in, and their captain is still standing there. I mean, he's, even though you've talked to him or whatever, he's still concerned.
Yep.
He's like, so the portcullis comes up, and it only comes up enough for
Me to
a
duck under.
dwarf to walk out. and the soldiers are just like, all right, go.
I'm gonna start walking up to the gate to duck under, and I'm gonna, as I'm about to duck under there, I'm gonna pop off my divine sense.
Okay.
So that's gonna tell me within 60 feet of me any celestial fiends are on
Okay. Yeah, you don't get any. Yeah, so you get out there, and they immediately shut the gate again.
Alright. So we kind of got the crowd out there. You said it's like 50 people-ish.
At least. It's hard to
Alright.
see all the kids. There might be 70.
Yeah, there could be more. Alright. Alright. I need to ask you some questions, and I need you to form a vague line, a vague group here, so that I can get you around me and ask you all properly. I'm going to do a little bit of divine magic to make sure you're not lying to me, just to assuage the captain that his fears are unfounded.
How big is your zone of truth?
It's going to be 30 feet from me, I believe. 30-foot radius.
Okay.
Or sorry, 15-foot sphere
Okay.
around it.
Okay.
And that lasts for 10 minutes, so I can filter people through. My intent is to filter people through that. Get a group in, ask questions. Anyone who fails, anyone who manages to save against the charisma save, or answers, I guess, untruthfully, like.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna have them, try to direct them to stand off to one side.
Are you gonna stop anyone who makes the save?
Yeah,
That's right. Alright.
yeah. So the intent is to filter out the people who either make the save, so they can willingly.
Am I interpreting this correctly in the sense that if people are not, if an individual was not actively trying to,
They can willfully fail the save, and I will inform them as such that please let this magic work on you. I just need to ask whether you mean.
all right. So
how
to
many
simplify
harm.
this whole thing, what do you intend to ask them?
Any ill intent for Kalman and its people, or if you're under some sort of illusion, or
Okay.
presenting your true self.
Okay. So this is what I think we'll do. Of the people that are out there, 20 of them just agree right now to do it. Okay? To get the next 20, you're gonna have they're gonna have to believe that this questioning is not somehow intended to undermine them as part of some baloney that the captain that's keeping them out has cooked up. So I think what I'm gonna do for them is you have to succeed on a, let's call it, performance check.
Perform.
Then to get the last 10, you got to succeed on 2 performance checks because they aren't even going to hear you the first time.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do. So the first 20 you can do.
All right.
Now and they're all good.
They're all good.
So like there's one kid that's a little reluctant, and you can tell he's a little reluctant. And so, but he eventually kind of is like, yeah, okay.
It's alright to be scared. The captain himself is scared. That is why we're doing this. We're
I
trying
mean,
to
I kind of want to beat up that captain. Does that count?
Right? Yeah.
Those two.
Okay, so now roll your performance for this group that's like kind of
Oh no.
7.
7.
Oh,
I guess
no.
there is no way.
All right, so what happens is there's like this next group of about 20 people, and 10 of them are like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna come in there, and the other 10 are not so sure about all this, and now you have, instead of 10, you have 20 of them that you now have to convince this time. So 10 of them do it willingly, and 10 of them kind of join up with that other group.
Okay.
So you gotta roll your performance again.
You've got half the crowd so far, right? If I'm doing the math.
Yes.
He's got, well, he'll have over half of the crowd with this group
Okay.
that's going through.
Yeah, so the 10 that went through could
And no one is through the portcullis. They haven't reopened it.
Yeah, this is just to verify whether.
Yes.
This is me proving my word that I'm verifying. that
Yeah.
sort of thing. That's much better. That's a 17.
Okay.
No, I'm not proficient. This is performance.
It's performance.
We didn't go training for that.
Okay.
I'm a stonemason.
So now, so these people are all fine. And the last group sort of like, I don't know, while this is going on, they kind of reconsider their position and they're all kind of in agreement, like, all right, if this is what we got to do to get through, we'll go through this.
Stupid little zone of truth.
So now you get the last 20 people to come into this thing. But how long does this spell last?
It lasts 10 minutes, but I can recast it again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the herding of people through this has taken up this time.
I have enough. I can cast this 3 times. So
Alright.
I burned out one use. I can do another
Yep.
one to get this left.
So you'll have to cast it again to get all these people. And so you do that, and this last group of 20 all comes in there, and there's a few that are like even still a little reluctant to do the whole thing. You go and you cast it, and they come in there and you ask them the questions.
So isn't double strike just first strike plus normal strike?
19 of them are good.
I'm taking 11.
There's one, and
Does it hit twice? And then it's indestructible and
it's a Kender. Who's there right now?
Oh, I think it was just me who was outside.
Outside,
you're
but
outside.
Everybody else is
It's
there,
at-
right?
yes,
Anybody that
yeah.
can see this Kender
yeah.
can roll, let's call it a perception.
I was gonna say I am on the other side of the table,
I am
looking out there, making sure you stay.
Proficient in perception.
14.
I am shit for perception. Let's go. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Roll a 17.
Okay. 21.
Oh, come on. Stupid dice. 20, dirty.
Okay.
I don't want to do harm to a single person.
Anyone
Bullshit. Sorry.
anyone that's at a 15 or higher, this could be the brother of that Kender you just saw. Looks so similar. So similar to that Kender that is just in the cell.
Oh,
You realize through your zone of truth that this guy is like, he's not necessarily out to get anybody or harm anybody himself, but he is what comes out of the things that he says, it's like he might be doing the same thing that other guy was doing.
Sketchy boy.
alright.
Here,
Can
ask
I-
me the question.
What?
How
Ask me
far?
the question. I'll be.
Ask you the question. Did you meet any harm to Kalaman and its people, and are you in any way not presenting your true form?
Why would I want to do that?
Why would you want to do what?
Why would I want to harm anyone? I'm a nice guy.
Red flags
Just like-
start
just like
flaring up.
answering things with questions and like.
Just the turnaround.
Just a straight yes or no, please. Makes it simple for everyone.
What am I answering?
How far away is that person from the gate?
Look at him. I'm being oppressed.
That Kender that he is now.
I'm just a nice guy.
Like 20 feet.
They hate
I would like
Kenders.
to cast Detect Thoughts, and I can detect thoughts within 30 feet. So I am going to focus primarily on him, especially his outside
Well,
thoughts
he-
right now.
He's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth. I'm going to dig in a little deeper.
Oh.
And that is going to be a save that he'll need to do, and that is a
So wait, he's telling the truth.
intelligence.
Why?
No, he failed the save. So he's telling the truth. He's not,
He's just not doing it under the spell's effect.
he doesn't intend to harm people.
Yeah.
He's just
He's
getting
gonna
paid.
turn on He's just gonna turn on the establishment.
Right.
Why did you not tell me the same? Inside that card. That's
Some
He's a
people have a
cheater.
warped view of reality, and
Cheater.
getting paid is more
Like the
important than
readers.
whoever they might,
It's
whoever
like
might
Peter
get
Cliff Note.
from whatever they do. They don't
Cliff
even think
Note.
about it that way.
well, the other thing to say that
Well,
Maybe it's a misprint.
then if it's
Because
only
I have
the
seen
one,
it.
Yeah.
It'll just be your spells.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
that, and
Also,
if they've been,
you shouldn't
if
have
it's
Wisdom
been,
saving throw.
anything's been
You shouldn't
changed
have to
since
make
the
a
I'm gonna
That's
keep
true,
track
yeah.
of
That's
There's a
very
couple of the
true.
last couple.
as I flag for the
I'm delving deep.
Right.
captain to say,
I
hey,
am delving.
It's gotta
we're
be a
good.
wisdom
They can
save.
come through,
It is.
but I'm gonna try to follow in behind on this guy
brain.
Okay.
Why are we even letting him in then?
So
If he
because I'm gonna pull him out of the crowd once we're next to all the
He's
guards.
gonna go yoink.
Shake the baby.
so
okay.
like I said, I'm going to delve in deeper into his deeper thoughts.
Don't know he's doing this.
He has a wisdom saving throw to make, and it's a 17 DC.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Oh, so
I just can't get in there.
he knows
He's
though, right?
impenetrable.
Like it lets them
Once-
know if you
yeah.
fail to
If
break
the
their.
creature you chose had okay, no.
They make the save.
He knows somebody was
Ah,
trying to
book,
dig.
here we go. Thank you for staying.
So yeah, as soon, I mean
Yeah.
he shoots you a glance,
If it fails,
and
you gain
the
insight into
portcullis
its
starts
reasoning.
to come up.
If it's
and
a spell and
people
the
are
target
like-
knows that you're probing.
They're not even waiting for it to get all the way up. They're like scooching under there, and the guards have kind of like raised their spears, and they're kind of looking back at their captain, and the captain is kind of like, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna try to come up behind the Kender and just follow him in, and then give a look to the guard captain and nod to the Kender in front of me.
Yeah. So they kind of are letting people go, and they, yeah. He failed his stealth, so they corral him, and you know
Yoink.
they're not real keen on letting him go once you flag him.
Well, once everyone passes by, we, I guess, gather
Yep,
with the
they
guards.
close
and
the
then-
portcullis again.
You did not wish to speak true. Is there a reason for that, Kender?
I got a name, you know.
Would you care to tell me?
Sure, your friend could tell you.
Friend?
You have a very strong brain.
Ah,
I know.
I know.
All right.
I didn't recognize that. I didn't recognize this guy, right?
No, I mean you just get the feeling like he bears a little too much resemblance to this other one, and
Say.
you know, I mean, you don't know if they're related, but it
Do
wouldn't
you
shock
have a
you at
brother
all.
here?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's, you know, I mean, I think you kind of cornered him. He feels like he's got, you know, I'm just getting paid to give him information.
Just
Well.
sticky fingers.
I suppose you can take that up with the guard.
Take me alive, cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah, and they just
Take me
I
alive.
don't.
they hear that and they just grab him and they're hauling him off.
I don't think we can make use of him. Like,
Remember,
we have no.
said she doesn't have the resources to keep.
Yep, he'll probably be executed. But
Okay. Just wanted you to make sure you knew that.
we'll give him one
Either
last.
that or toss him right back out.
I think it's more of a hangman's noose or a chopping block for him.
I think it's the way of traders for
As
him.
long as he doesn't get sweat teeth from.
Okay.
Kenders.
So everybody else is in. You
He
gotta
made
figure
his
it out.
choices.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
We love him.
I don't remember. I know I've asked this kind of question 100 times. Who has the highest passive perception?
16.
I think quite a few people.
I
have.
think I'm one of the lowest.
Oh, passive? 17.
Look at you.
How is that
17.
calculated again? That's
It is.
Perception
Ten.
plus 10.
I can't pay attention on purpose,
Perception
but I
plus
can pay
10.
attention
And
without
if you're
trying.
trained, if you're
No.
proficient in it, you're proficient.
I was like, wait a
Ah.
minute. I was looking at the
So
wrong.
that's gonna be 4 plus 3 plus
I'm
10.
11.
17.
I got
Twinsies.
I got 16.
The iron
I need to
stone.
update that then because
You guys catch a glimpse
haven't been updated in my proficiency.
of a Dragonelle ridden by 2 people flying over the city toward the spires of the castle.
Do we recognize the
Oh.
color of the Dragonelle from here?
Just you can't get a great sense of it with the way that it's like, kind of the way the sun is. However,
It has two.
the
people.
riders don't seem to have Dragon Army colors.
I think I have a fair idea of who these people are. We need to get over there quick.
Yeah.
They don't have the dragon.
No, they don't have
I'm thinking this is our guide to the wilderness, and
Derek. Maybe.
I think Derek's gonna stay with the armor. I don't think he'd come back as a Dragonelle. But it could be someone else from the town. Perhaps a certain Durgan in disguise. We'll have to find out when we get there, but I think this is gonna be important.
It can't possibly be them. They would not
So
have
they,
left their
so I mean, if you
little
want to
nice
go
area.
and
Unless it's not so
if
nice
you
and-
want to go
Shut
and
up
check
and just
this
come
out,
with
you're
us.
gonna have to go up onto the ramparts of
We
the
see it.
castle.
How many
Blind
first
bat.
and
Yeah, we're gonna-
watch you go down
So
yourself.
once
I'm
I
gonna
see
head that
this,
way.
I'm gonna start wild shaking.
Oh,
Shit, no wait.
Wild shape.
I'm gonna fly up there.
stop it.
I'm jumping on her back.
Ready, you go. Let's go.
Of whatever she is.
A sparrow.
I've used one spell today. I'm about to use another.
Tweet, tweet,
Nah, unless I
motherfucker.
have to.
We'll just
Yeah.
run.
I mean,
Now it's
Okay.
time to find them.
You can do whatever you want.
So you're doing what?
While
Jump
start
on.
shifting into a giant eagle.
Giant eagle. You're climbing on her back. Okay.
It's a bit dramatic, but we'll hoof it, I guess.
All right.
It's a
Are
dragon.
you gonna,
Wolf
are you
it.
gonna try to pick up
They,
Blanche along
they
the
go
way?
pretty fast, man.
I guess I was at the castle. I probably didn't see this.
You didn't. You needed to be outside to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because Blanche has to hide for a
Okay.
bit.
Well, you guys get up there first because you're flying. On a broken stone buttress jutting from the ancient tower wall perches an exhausted Dragonelle.
Aw, that poor baby.
Its coppery scales glimmering in the sunlight. 2 figures tend to the Dragonelle. One in rugged leather,
Who's a good boy?
the other wearing the armor of a knight of Solamnia.
Ha! Derek.
I'm not there, so I can't question them.
I don't
further.
It's Clystrin and Darrett.
Bitches.
Now I just see like
But I'm kind of
Sue's-
concerned because where the heck is the rest of your army?
So yeah, I mean, you guys, you can get up there and talk to him, and the group can get up there and talk to him, and he's, they're both,
Look at you, little
excited to be there, but also like, I mean,
Who's your tired
it
dragon?
it was not easy to get here.
Who's
I
a
just
tired
flew
dragon?
in from the northern wastes, and boy, are my arms tired.
All right, so we could role play ourselves all the way through this, but I think given that we're getting close to 9 o'clock, I'm gonna spit out some information for you. So not too long after parting ways from you guys, Clystrin found this Dragonelle. And it turned out that it was willing to let him ride it, which is not the first time that he's ever been able to do that, but it's not a thing he does every day. Of very important note, he managed to fly the thing kind of close to the Citadel. And he saw that there are tunnels that riddle the base of the Citadel.
Secret
and there's some
tunnels.
weird, eerie lights that suggest that they connect to the temple.
Secret tunnels.
Clystron found Darrett, and as you would suspect, Darrett didn't want to leave the army, but once the army was on the ships, then he was willing to fly back here with Clystron. Several other friendly wasteland dragonels followed them,
There was
but
Answer
they
my
broke off once the city came within sight.
Well, never had
You
my
cute
hands
little
a dragon.
copper
Well,
dragon
that's
now. I'm
probably
so
a good thing, because a large flight of Dragonels coming in probably would have been seen as an attacking force, and they probably would have been fired upon.
Very true.
You poor little copper dragon. You look so
Okay,
Dragon.
we will pick this
yes,
all
I will
up
correct myself.
next week. A reunion with Darrett and Clystron and
Copper dragon.
Wowee.
Well,
Dragonels.
thanks everybody for tuning in and watching our game.
bye.
We're
Love you
gonna
all very much. Bye-bye.
Finish the job we started in sinking the city of lost names. Making sure it's true and well we lost.
I was about to say, what are, now all we have to do is find